So another really great study that I think maybe challenges our assumptions about what sorts of study strategies work the best. I don't know, did you get this right? Let's see if I can hide myself here. A lot of us have had experience trying to memorize something. What's the best way to go about it? Just rereading the thing over and over, not the best way to go. In fact, just rereading the passage was one of the worst ways to learn something. One of the reasons is called the fluency fallacy. If you just keep looking at the same text over and over again, it is really easy to convince yourself that you know it. Why? Because you are literally looking at it on the page. And so this fallacy of actually knowing can happen when you're looking. What happens when you look away and try to recall it? Well, that challenges the fluency fallacy, right? Right away, when you're not looking, you recognize what you don't remember. So what was the right answer here? When studied, the most productive strategy for memorizing the text was to spend 30% of the time reading it and 70% of the time trying to recall it, which is, probably not what you said. It's at least not what I said. You can ask Carrie for an anecdote about her daughter who's studying lines in a play, and somehow her daughter stumbled upon this same idea. Let me give you a little insight into why the researchers believe that this is happening. I talked about the fluency fallacy. So if you're just rereading it, you're not really learning anything, right? Because you're not challenging yourself. How do memories get encoded and strengthened? By recall, right? We talked previously about the theory of forgetting, and that's that slow, passive decay of memories when they're not actively being thought about. And so what happens if you're trying to memorize a passage or a set of lines from a poem? You read it, and you're creating memories. And then you look away, and almost immediately those memories fade. And you're trying to recall them. You are literally struggling to dredge up those memories from storage, right? They immediately sink down. You try to dredge them up, and that process of recalling that memory strengthens it. And so spending most of your time struggling to do the recall is actually what is going to strengthen those memories, right? So what do? You read the poem, you commit it to memory, you try to, and then you turn the page away and try to recall, and you can't get it, and you look back and go, oh yeah, that's it, and then you look away and you try to recall again. That is the best strategy, and it's because it actually is forcing us to recall that memory over and over and over. And we've heard no pain, no gain when it comes to building muscle. It's the same is true for memories. The more difficult it is to recall the memory, right, the more work that you have to do to dredge that memory up from storage, the stronger it is encoded for the next time around. And so if we think back about the previous question about spacing your studying, this is in fact a way to space your studying. It's just happening within that 9 minutes, right? You're reading and then studying, and then you're spacing it because you're trying to recall, and then you go back and read it again. Why does spacing out studying work? Because if you study for 20 minutes and then you take a time off and you go back to it, you got to work really hard to recall those memories. All right, I hope this was interesting.